Okay, well, this is something that we haven't really seen before. This is NewMutator bringing you Game 4 in Osmodian's miniature tournament. This is the matchup between Team Giant Killer General and Team Osmodian. The thing that we haven't seen before is actually an alliance game with alliances. As you can see, we actually have 4 teams. It is still 2 teams. What happens is the 2 teams that are on the same side will ally with each other. So it's basically 2 teams on 2. They cannot really communicate unless they use the yell function as opposed to the whisper function, which would basically exclude people who are not on your team. So that's why this is pretty interesting to see. That can actually be one way to get around that would be to use like a third-party program, like a TeamSpeak or something like that. But we didn't actually use that, and I don't know if they did. I doubt it though. And so looking at the 2 teams, it's going to be the East versus the West. In the East, we have Osmodian captaining Father Xmas, Merc, and Ramirez. And in the Southeast, it'll be Chicken Wire with Pablo, Adrenaline, and Funky. So pretty good split there, I'd have to say. In the West, in the North, Giant Killer General has LN, Gecko, and Falcon, whereas I think it's Kruniak, Browning, and East Wind. And I remember Kruniak said something that like he screwed up the trade, and indeed he kind of did. He didn't take any whites, so no pus for Kruniak's team. Interesting selection there. No melee at all. And not going to be any melee here either for Giant Killer General. Very interesting. I'm not sure if they talked this over ahead of time or what. 1 melee in the form of a warrior here for Osmodian. And really no melee at all for anybody. Very interesting. Oh, except for Chicken Wire decides to take no melee for anybody. Chicken Wire actually decides to take quite a number of warriors. Pablo taking a few of those, and Chicken Wire himself taking quite a few. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of... well, it doesn't actually look like Ramirez is playing this one. Interestingly enough. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that. And see if I can catch up with everybody's everyone's split. The game type is territories, so whichever team combined, both of their teams combined has the most flags will win this game. And I think that I want to say that Team Osmodian has a pretty good idea here, kind of teaming up. They made contact with each other, and I think that's pretty good. Kruniak's team in the south here, they just kind of went straight for to cut them off in the south, and then Giant Killer General here in the north. I'm not really sure what's going on here. LN going one way, Falcon. I'm not sure what LN and Falcon are doing. They're going north, and I don't know whose is this. Father Xmas scouts him out. I guess they got distracted by Father Xmas's warrior, and LN, I don't even know what he's doing. LN, what are you doing? His archer's just in the middle of nowhere. I guess they're looking to flank in the north, but I don't know if that's really going to work for them. Luckily for them, Team Osmodian kind of out of it. They haven't really come in here. They haven't engaged with Kruniak's team at all yet. But this is going to be interesting because this fort offers, it looks like it offers some protection, but actually it's kind of it's more of a hindrance than anything else because it kind of, you know, it boxes you in just as much as it boxes them out. So this is where most of the main action is going to be right now. East Wind on the archers, Browning on the mortars. Nice block shot there, and then East Wind also with the warlock. And you know, Kruniak has his own little group, archers and warlock. Pablo has a warlock here. Merc has some archers, and it looks like a mortar dwarf, I think. Something got taken out there. A couple of dead goals. A warrior gone down.
Captured.
So, you know, it looks fairly even at this point. The Team Osmodian hasn't really brought anything to bear yet on anything. You know, over here it's kind of a standoff. Falcon's going to take a shot to the face. He's trying to get that pus in there, but gets taken out by Osmodian. Kind of a nice pus there, defensive. Giant Killer General is able to break through. Gecko kind of leading the charge, and they're going to come to the aid of the south here. But it's going to be this north kind of area that's really kind of out of it here. Falcon and LN. I'm not sure what they're doing. They're really, I think they're trying to, they're going to try to flank or something, but there's really nothing there to help them with that. And I think and they haven't really seen very much action as of yet. I think that's going to hurt a little bit their chances here, their team's chance to win, and that's not going to be good. Giant Killer General going to lose 2 archers there to Chicken Wire's warlock. I think they are able to snipe 1 warlock, but interesting trade there. So this flank in the north is going to be going down. Meanwhile, in the south, Gecko almost losing his mortar dwarf to Eastwind there, even though they're both on the same side. They did manage to not lose any units while taking out that goal. However, Gecko's in a lot of trouble, and he does go down. He does manage to take out, looks like a mortar dwarf of his own. So right now it's looking really good for Team Osmodian, in particular Chicken Wire's group. And this is where it all goes bad for the northern flank. LN's all by himself. He's going to be taken out here by Chicken Wire, and basically just rushed here.
Flag.
Falcon has, you know, nothing. His warlock was taken out. There's really nothing there to keep that from happening. So north gonna go down for Team GKG, and actually only 26% remaining. Not very good at all. Gecko has probably the last significant portion of that team, that warlock. And Chicken Wire's team still has 77%, so quite a bit. Gecko's going to be dancing around. He is able to take out a warrior and an archer, but he's got to be careful. He is nearly dead. Falcon is going to be chased by Chicken Wire, and he's going to lead him to Gecko. Let's see if Gecko able to capitalize on this or not. He's going to shoot. However, he is kind of pinned down here. Takes out the journeyman. Didn't really work out for him, I think, as Osmodian snipes him. And that's it for GKG's team. Basically, it's Chohan, 41%, and Team Chicken Wire doing a really excellent job with their, I think their melee worked out for them this game. They were able to catch some members of Team GKG out of position and just rush them and take them out. And other than that, I didn't quite see exactly where things went south for Team Chohan. I think just all around it was pretty much a losing effort for some reason. I don't really know why that would be the case, but my guess is just that Team Osmodian played excellently. They had the archer advantage. That could be it. Just having all those extra archers helped out in the end. And I remember from playing, I was a little bit confused as to where I should be. Chicken wire with a surround there, going to be taking out the last remaining units. Gets in a flank of his own. Eastwind basically has the last remaining units. He's going to run in there and suicide.
Captured.
And he's dueling with Chicken Wire. Actually kills a goal before succumbing himself. I just remember being really confused as to what I should be doing in this game. I was going around and I had no idea where they were. When I saw them on the map, I had no idea what it was that I should be doing because I felt like my team was going in different directions and I didn't know which part of my team I should be going with, and didn't really know what position I should have. I didn't want to come down here because then I was going to get pinched up against the wall. I guess I could have followed through the fort.
Flag captured.
Through this little hole in the wall here, but I don't know, the thought just didn't occur to me to do that, and for some reason I feel like I played very poorly this game. And either that or Chicken Wire and company played really well. Anyway, this is the last remaining unit, Browning, and Adrenaline's just gonna kite him around.
Flag captured.
I guess they're just gonna be tagging flags while Adrenaline nearly loses that journeyman. I don't know why they just didn't kill the goal. But anyway, Chicken Wire's team is going to take all of the flags, and that's going to be it for game number 4. Pretty clear victory for Team Osmodian. Chicken Wire doing very well, 110 damage. Adrenaline doing really well, also 71 damage. As a team, 225 damage. That's going to be probably the most out of everybody. The next in line would probably be the other Osmodian team. Asmo himself with Merc getting damage on that team, 69 there. Which is interesting because Osmodian's team didn't have a positive kill-death ratio, whereas Chicken Wire's team had enormous ratios, 21 and 10. That was mostly Chicken Wire, I think. He probably gets MVP for this particular game. Giant Killer General and company, Falcon and LN failing. Gecko doing pretty well though, 57 damage. He had positive ratios. And Browning also not doing too well. I wonder what he had to get -6 damage, as Kruniak didn't take whites, so I don't know where he got that -6 damage from. You know what, is probably from shooting that goal. Remember that goal that was coming up and he shot it, but he hurt Gecko's Mortar Dwarf in the same shot, so it's probably from that, I'm gonna say. Browning not doing too well. Eastwind doing pretty good, 61 damage, and lucky for Kruniak, he broke even with kills and losses. So that's going to be it for game number 4. Game number 5 is next. I hope you've been enjoying these videos, and we'll see what happens in game number 5.
Game.